We are going live. We're going live. Wee.
You
Wee.
went mute. You went
Hey,
mute,
our live.
Fran.
We are live.
You hit the
We
mute
are
button.
live. We are the Mad Scientist. I'm Mad Frankie. This is Violet Igel, and together
Hear
we
you,
make the
Fran.
mad.
Oh, hey, wait. Never mind. It was me.
Duh. Oh, well, I'm echoing, so I'll put my headset on in a sec.
And I'm
Okay.
Ivor, and she's over there, and we're getting it together. We are, I promise. So I'll say hello to Colleen, and hi, Liz, and hi, Kathy. Thank you for being here. Hi, Mariah.
Where's
Okay,
the other one?
we're getting it together. We are.
Sit there.
Hi, Sherry.
I sit there enjoying myself, talking to Violet without the headphones on, and then I've got to scrabble to put them on.
Okay,
What?
I'm gonna go away, everyone.
Right. Hello, everybody. We
Hi,
are
Trish.
still on the ink kick somewhat at the moment because I've got some stuff to do. And I'd like to say hello to everybody. Colleen, Liz, Kathy, Mariah, Sherry, Trish.
That's it.
That's it. Yep. I think I've covered everybody. Hello, everybody. Great that you could pop over. Absolutely wonderful. This is going to be a little bit different. Now, you remember I did that before and I didn't do the 17 because I don't know why I didn't do the 17. But there you go. But just look at the difference. This here is the cherry ink. This one here, it's just pure cherry from some cherries I was eating. And then I went and that brush, I was brushed on with the little brush, the little white brush I had, which I don't know where I put. Oh, there it is. This tiny little brush, you see? So I just brushed it on with that. Brushity, 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 brush. So there wasn't a huge amount of ink because that little brush can't hold a lot of liquid. But this lot over here, I used the other implement called a pipette. So I dribbled whole loads on there. And so we got more on this side. But you can see how some of them are the same color, like number 1 here. But number 6, is the same. Is it 6? No, it's 8. It's 8. Number 8. That one. That's the cherry. This is the cherry because it's got an 8 on it. So number 8 is the cherry. And look at number 8 with lots more on. Wow. You wouldn't think you could get that same color from the same bottle. Different. It's just amazing. Wonderful. This is why this is such fun, because you don't know what you're going to get. The thing is, now this one here, number 17, let me check what number 17 is.
And I'll just say that I saw that Uda posted in Makers that she did cherry tea ink, and she got 3 different colors with 3 different papers. Paper makes a difference. But in the case that Fran's showing right there, that's the same paper.
Yeah.
And you got the cherry ink, 2 different colors on the same exact paper. So
it's a question of layers or
think,
amount of liquid.
yeah.
I mean, you can get a lovely pattern with doing a layer of the color, and then when it's dried, putting some more on, and you get different little tide marks where the ink went to. Look at 17, like you've got one color there for 17 down that side, and then I put some more on, or it just pooled at this edge. So you got the first bit there, and then this pooled here and stayed there longer, so it soaked in, and there was more of it. So you got a really deep, rich color, right? And it's actually red, and that is raspberry, cranberry, and peach. And look, when I did it on the label, I just put a little amount on, and it would be that color over here. I forgot to put that one down. So there you go. It just shows with putting more layers on, you get more results. Like this 14 here. I think it's the pea flower one probably. And here, putting it on more than once. or in a more concentrated form, like more of the liquid, then it moves about as it's drying, or it does, because I keep going, ooh, what's happening next? So I pick it up and move it around, and that creates all these different lines of tide marks here. Can you see that?
Yep.
Here's a little fuzzy because I'm a bit close. I'm trying to be close enough for you to see. So it's just so much fun finding out what these things will do. Let me have a sip.
Hi, Evie. I'm sorry you fell. I know how it feels. Sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, you've had your
We
fall
do.
too. It's
We do.
yep.
It's
We
not.
need to get bumper pads.
I'm just going to mute for a second.
Okay. Yep. We need bumper pads. I'm still looking at bruises here. Oh, and I'm going to show I completed one seahorse, tatted seahorse. It's quite large, about 8.5 inches. I will show it, just not right now. Fran's on a roll here, and I really like her to be able to spit it all out without me interrupting. So there you go.
Thank you. That's if I can manage to. Now, from the thumbnail, you would have seen these green things. This is Alexander's. It seems Alexander's gives a yellow colour. So I shall have fun trying that out. Let me move it off the desk so it's out of the way.
Yeah.
They grow in the hedgerows round here, all over the place. So I saw this ink and paint maker and dyer, but she does stuff on ink and paint. So I saw her using a little ceramic dish like this, only this is plastic because I couldn't find a ceramic one. And I've got my little spoon here. So this will be, because it's curved, it'll be so much easier to mix in here, I hope, than it would in something with that kind of side, you know, like that with a sharp edge. Because you know, when I was mixing paints in my little pots, I couldn't get them to mix properly, so I was doing it on the white on the glass sheet, because it's so much easier to mix everything together. I'm not sure if I can do that with this. So the way she was doing it was in little pallets like this. So I'm going to try that. So we've got these different colours here. Lac extract, Tamil Nadu indigo. These are from Wild Colours. Trouble is, Wild Colours only tell you how to dye cloth. They don't mention inks at all. Woad powder. Gallnut extract, no idea what that would do. Probably quite a dark black or brown, because it says rich in tannin, and anything rich in tannin seems to be quite towards the black or very, very dark brown areas. And then there's bilberries. With any luck, we might get a more pinky reddy colour, maybe? We don't know. I'll have a look.
Ready? Really? Pinky ready? Sorry.
What's that? I'll go 911.
You said a pinky ready color. I'm like, pinky ready?
Well,
really?
it might be pinky. It might be ready. We'll see. Anyway, what is Trish doing? What do you mean you had to call 911? Oh, I missed something there.
Well, Evan fell, and she couldn't.
So Trish, oh gosh, yes. Oh, dearie
could
me.
not help her up. Trish is not in any condition to help anybody up, much less herself. Yeah. So good thing she could call 911.
It's good thing she was there, yes.
Yeah.
So let's have a go. Being really brave and plunging into the very deepest pit, possibly. Just got to get the Alexanders off here. We'll try the indigo first. Now, I've got to be careful, because this is an extremely fine powder. It's been milled to this, or whizzed, or whatever it is they do, however they do it. It's been turned into an extremely fine powder, so that it is so small in particle size that it will now mix with water. So let's have a little go. And I've got my little spoonie here, and I've got some gum arabic. Now, what I saw this lady doing, she put she put indigo or whatever color it was she was doing. I can't remember what color it was now. And it was an extract like this. And she put a little bit in there, and then she poured gum arabic on it. She didn't put any water in it, just the liquid gum arabic, but she made her own liquid gum arabic from powder. So let's put a little bit of this in, just a tiny bit. I don't want loads. So 1 little teaspoon is going to, well, this little tiny spoon is going to be quite enough. I'm going to close this up so we don't get anything going everywhere. And pop it over there. Open up my gum arabic. And then I've got to try and pour it into one of those little ink bottles, of which I am running out. I can never open these things.
I'm just saying, I think that you want to build a shed for Ian, but I really think you need to like make it fast so he can get out of the house so you can take over every room now.
Yeah.
Because you are running out of space here, woman.
I know. That's what he's worried about. Now, I don't know how much to put in, but she didn't put very much. So we'll have a go and see what happens. And I've got little pots in case that's easier to pour into things with, these little things with lids. But again, I couldn't mix in those, I didn't think. So
I can see you, Paula. Hi, Paula.
Can you see what you can't quite see what I'm doing? Sorry, I've got to
you're off
redirect.
camera a little bit. Sorry, I was. So I just want to say that we've now reached an age where I have to carry my phone. I have to start carrying my phone with me around the house because,
Yeah.
you know, in case he's not around or I can't yell, I could at least hit 911 or text him or something to come save me. So it's getting to be where I'm now, much as I hate cell phones, I'm now grateful that I have that. It's either that or I've got to get a pager or a loud horn or beeper or something that I've got to tie to my pocket.
I might need a bit more. I can feel it gritty in there. You hear it?
This is where the vortex would come in handy.
Yeah, but not in there.
No.
I want to try this out.
Oh, does that look thick and beautiful?
It is very thick, but I think it's a bit too thick. And I think I need to add some water to this because can you imagine trying to paint with that and then ending up with all this thickness here? So that it just...
I would love it.
It sticky, like I showed you with some of these. How that brown one there, number 6, dried really sticky. It's still sticky now.
Yeah.
If I touch it, I get it on my finger. So, and I'm thinking about the Spectrafix spray they recommend to spray on it. I think I need some water with that. So let's try a bit of water. Here we are. I've got natural mineral water because I've run out of the distilled water. I used it all up yesterday. Ping, all gone.
Are you kidding me?
Yep. It's only about a litre. Let's try that and see what happens. Going to use now that gives a better condition, doesn't it? Consistency. That's better.
You have to make your own distilled water.
I don't have a still. I'm sorry, but I don't have a still. I'm going to put some in here, a little bit. And then I'm going to spoon some of that in with it and see what happens.
You just
wow.
You don't have to have a still. You just need a. I have a countertop water filtering system.
I don't.
because we have hard water. So we have a water softener, but I do not like the taste of the water softened water. So I run it through um, a filter system. We have a jug of water, a glass.
Like a Brita filter, Brita water filter?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
Only
that's what
mine is much bigger than the Brita water filter is like a pitcher, and I use that, and then I do it again in a big glass filter. I can't think of the name of it right now. That Russ got me. That I could just tap it off the. No, boiled water is not distilled. Boiled water clears out any bacteria, but the distilled water removes the minerals, the particles, anything like anything like that in there.
Well, that was fun.
Look at that. That's yummy.
That was thick. That still is thick. But I reckon that's much better consistency now. I think I should put that in a bottle before it goes everywhere. I just want. Oops, it did go everywhere. All over me. What a surprise. Well, tissue. Thank you. Tissue. Get it off my fingers. And then a little bottle.
Right. You have to have this distilled water in a CPAP machine, or you forget it. You break it down.
Lid. Right, let's pour some in.
You need to find that funnel. You make me nervous here.
Yeah, well, it's already gone over the edge, but that's all right. I've got a
Yeah.
sheet of paper down.
Well, save that sheet of paper because it's artwork.
Yeah, it is. So I'm going to add a bit more water to this and to this and mix the two together.
Oh, Trish.
What? What'd she do?
She says, I guess that's what's wrong with Evie. Evie's a left-hander. That's not wrong. That's just differential. It could be that the right-handers are the wrong ones. You never know.
Mm-hmm. Well, quite often the left-handers seem to be quite good at being artists.
There you go. And Evie's an amazing artist.
There you go. Proves the point. Right, so we got that. Now I'm going to clean this out while
I'm a righty and I don't fall a lot, but it's mostly because I'm a quick learner. If I fall, I figure out what it was that caused me to fall, and I don't do that again.
I find that a bit difficult.
Well, yeah, well, if you leave
So this is indigo
bags on the floor with handles that you could trip over. Yeah. Yes.
Unfortunately, very often why I trip over is because I'm untidy. And unfortunately, there is no cure for that. I am just untidy.
You're just untidy. So are you going to add water to all of them then because of the thickness?
Well, I think so. If they come out, I'm going to start with the powder and the gum arabic and see what happens.
Yeah.
Because I found that some of the inks I made from plants just in the saucepan and with a bit of water, or just pouring it over the plant foliage, or in the case of spices, that would be an extract. And I found that normally they're a bit on the weakish side, so we've got quite a bit of powder there still. But I'm not going to add any more because I want to see how dark that works at. So we've got that. I'm just going to put a label on it, because if I don't put a label on it now, I never will, and I'll never know what it is. So I'm dipping it in there to get the colour on the label. And then I'll write my label with a pen, which is just fallen off there. So, indigo.
I love that, Sarah. Thank you. Because I said that I just don't do that again, right? And she said, "Well,
Yeah.
aren't you special?" Yes, I
Exactly.
am.
'Cause I do it again. And again. And again.
And then she said, it is hard to know what to do when you get hit head on in a car. Yeah, well, see,
Yeah.
what I was
Yeah.
talking
It
about is
might
the
not be
things
you.
that I have control over. So I
Yeah.
have control over how high up on a ladder I go, so I know how far I'm going to fall. That's what
Yeah.
I meant. But thanks for the laugh. I appreciate it.
Where's my pot of water? It's over here. Let's rinse this because otherwise it's drenched in blue dye. And I haven't put the lid on the water yet, but then I am going to use it again in a second, but it might
Yep,
be an
but be
idea.
careful where you swing your arms there.
Right, let's have another go with something different. Just finished cleaning that. Oh, I'm going to dip it in here. It's not clean enough. Oh, that dried quite fast. That indigo. It really did.
Are you sure it's dry?
Looks dry there, look. Yeah, almost. Dry-ish. It's dry enough to peel off and put on the bottle, which is what I was hoping for. Right, stick that on. We'll give it a number once I realise how far I've gone in the numbers. There we are. Indigo. Right, so what else can we do? Let's try lac. And I'll try a different thing, even though I think I've washed that out. It doesn't look all that completely washed. Shake all the powder down so there's none near the mouth. Little spoon, little bit of powder. I'm trying to do the same amount so I know what sort of ratios I'm dealing with.
That little spoon
Big
helps
enough.
with that.
I'm not. I don't have a chemical balance, you see. So these little amounts would need a chemical balance to weigh, and I can't. I don't have one of them. Right, little bit of gum arabic. 6 hours later, I managed to open the gum arabic again.
You just pour that in. You don't use no measurement.
No, I mean, I'm looking at it. I don't. Yeah, if it's wrong, it's wrong. Tough.
Ricky has a good question. What's the name of the company where you get the powders?
Wild Colours. Wild Colours is where I got those from. They're in the UK.
Oh, they're in the UK. So, well,
George Wild
they
is
may
in the
have
UK. There are other places. Just
Yeah.
look up dye extracts supplies or something like that.
I love Mountain Rose herbs, but I don't know if I know they do that. I know they make teas in that, but if they have extracts like that, I'm not sure. But
Look at dyers.
yeah, I know that Mountain Rose herbs
Supplies.
is organic. There's no chemicals or anything like that.
Yeah. Look up natural dyes because
Yeah.
there are quite these ones I'm talking about. Wild Colours, George Wild. They are using natural dyes for dyeing cloth, wool, silk, things like that. But the same extracts are working like this to make ink. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
All right, what did you see?
You're lagging, Paula, but yes, it's wild colors. Yes, with the U.
Yeah, because it's UK, but I think they certainly get ingredients from wide places like India, Indonesia, places like that. I don't know if they sell them abroad, but you can always find out. That's nice. Right, I'm going to add a little bit of water to it as well, and I'm going to put it in the little pot again, only a different pot. So, because I haven't got a sink here to wash everything in.
Yeah.
I'm going to pop it in there. I'm dying to find out what the licorice does. I think from what I've found out, that it probably does a yellow. What kind of yellow, I don't know yet because I haven't tried it. Some of the powders I've got are not dyes, they're mordants. And they can change the concentration of the colour. They can also fix the dyes to the cloth. What they do as an ink, I'm not so sure about. I'm still trying to learn about all this. Water. It's rather like a sticky treacle at the moment. Try that again, see what we get. Painting it. Now that's more liquidy, isn't it? It's got a fair amount of the gum arabic in it there, though, so it should bind to the paper quite easily. We'll pour that into a little bottle.
Can you bring your camera down so that where you're painting and all of that is more in the center? Yeah.
There you go.
That's better. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. No problem.
Because it looks like you're getting close to the edge of the table there.
Yeah, there.
Yeah. You were worrying me there.
I will add more water to that and some to that, starting with the palette. So if you were to mix this lac extract with some of the indigo, you would get a purple.
You would get a what?
A purple.
Oh, I thought you said bubble.
No, purple.
Purple.
Purple. Still a fair bit in there. Mixy uppy. Tissue. I clean out nicer. Top. I'm going to order some more of these.
Paula has to head out to the supermarket, so.
Okay, we'll come back and see what colour licorice turned out to be.
Yeah, don't run, Paula. We don't want you to fall.
No, don't run. You can always watch replay.
Yeah.
Quite different. Darker. So, let's get another label. I have another one there. No, that's a thin one.
Oh, good question. Ricky has a wonderment.
Oh, that's a wonderment?
Yeah, she's wondering if you added
the extract. That's right. Would.
Yeah.
Yep. That would work. That was on the same thing I was listening to. And I've seen other people like the Art Alchemist doing things like that. and he's available on YouTube. The one I'm going by for official kind of instruction is from a dyer. That's what she's done for a long time. She's just doing some side courses, as it were, on natural ink production. Agod.
Yeah, wouldn't you like to do one of those live?
Sorry, thought I pressed mute. I must have pressed unmute. Sorry. Making a noise.
Wouldn't you like to do one of those alchemy courses live?
I didn't know if he did any courses live.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, wouldn't you love it if you could go to one hand and do hands-on right there with the...
Yeah, I would.
Your questions answered immediately.
Catherine, somebody from Inklings, does that. That won't be Katie, I don't suppose. Catherine? Katie? I wonder if it's the same person.
Could be.
Because I bought some paints, didn't I, off Katie from Inklings, or Inklings from Katie, or whatever she called it.
Yeah.
And Catherine, somebody, does these courses, but she does them in places like Bristol, so can't go there. Somerset, no, can't get there. But so I've got to put these labels on, and numbers are not so necessary. I did a load of that last night, putting numbers on things.
Yeah, I saw your post in Makers.
Yeah. So let's just let me get another towel, kitchen towel, and wipe it up. Dying to find out about I've also got cochineal, but it's gonna need some pestle and mortar work to do that, because it's crunchy things. Those beetles, you've got to crunch them up. So you get is it a blue from logwood? A purpley blue? I'm not sure. There we go. So this was black.
And then next, do the licorice. Please.
Yes, dear. Certainly, dear. Whatever you say, dear. That one is going to take a while to dry, I think. Let's see if I can get this a bit higher up, because I'm dipping my head to get underneath the camera.
Let's see.
There we are.
That'll do. That'll do.
Licorice. We are licorice. Bit of a palaver to get this open, though, because somebody has used thingamies to close it with, staples. This is not from Wild Colours. It was from somebody else. I can't remember where I got it from. I think I went on Etsy or somewhere and found that. But there's lots of places to find these things. This was a UK one. I do try to get things from the UK, but I dare say you can get them in American, from American sources as well. I mean, you've heard of licorice over there, haven't you?
Yeah, but it's usually in the Good and Plenty candy.
All right. But you can use this to make licorice, all sorts, or licorice sweets. This, you see?
Really?
Licorice powder. It's everywhere.
You know what it is? When you see licorice, anise, maybe. That's how you say it.
No, it isn't. No.
It's
anise is something. It's a different thing. Licorice is glycyrrhiza. Can't remember the other word, but it's glycyrrhiza. It's not anise at all. Different plant.
But they taste the same.
Yeah, or maybe they put anise in the licorice. Maybe. I've got to rinse this a bit more. It's not rinsed enough. Got red stains. We don't want to adulterate the next colour with the previous one.
And I know you can overdose on anise.
Can you? Oh, you can overdose on nutmeg as well.
Well, yeah, I say
Hallucin-
overdose. What I mean is
hallucination.
that you eat too much and it will poison you.
Well, you can have hallucinations if you eat too much nutmeg.
Really?
Yep, so they say. I don't know whether they're very nice or very nasty ones, but I don't think they've been quantized in quite that manner.
Why would you eat um nutmeg by itself? You wouldn't, would you?
No, but you put nutmeg on food, or I do. I make spinach. I make cream spinach, and I add nutmeg to that, and I add mace as well.
I did not know. I don't. I make my spinach different. I do spinach in the cast iron skillet with onions and bacon.
That is different.
Well, I want to know how you make it. Hi, Diane. Hi,
I
Kirsten.
put it in a dish, and I put cream on it, salt, mace, powdered mace, and powdered nutmeg. Or I grind it fresh if I can manage to grind it fresh. But I do have some problems with that, grinding nutmeg fresh, because it's quite an effort. But I've got myself a new nutmeg grinder recently, so that will be fun to find out. So we're mixing up the licorice powder now. Quite gloopy. It is going sort of yellowy, or browny at least. I reckon I've got 3 or 4 pestle and mortars, so I reckon it shouldn't take too long in one of them to grind up the cochineal beetles.
The mace and the nutmeg. I know you like curry food.
Yeah.
Does
yes, but mild.
Does it taste along those lines?
No, not really. I mean, it's things like it's a mixture, isn't it? Curry powder. It comes with various different ingredients that you add. But yeah, I suppose you could add mace and nutmeg. But mace and nutmeg, nutmeg, we always used to put on rice puddings.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is it nutmeg that we put in pumpkin pie mix?
Probably.
Because it gives it a little bit of a tang.
No, I don't think so. Not a tang. It's it goes very well with sugar and things because we used to put it in with the rice, pudding rice, and milk and.
Yeah, I've made my own tapioca, or rice pudding rather. Big difference. Rice pudding. I never thought about cinnamon. I like on top of eggnog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some recipes that require cinnamon also require nutmeg.
I'm going to have to try it. I don't think I have any mace or I've ever had mace in my cupboard.
I think my mum put nutmeg in Welsh cakes, but I could be wrong about that. I'd have to look up her recipe.
Well, I'd like to have that recipe.
I think it may need a little more powder. This is looking quite light to me.
Yeah.
It's not as strong as lac or as the indigo. Can we put that one on yet? Just let me see if I can try
thought
that.
it was yellow.
Yeah, well, it is kind of yellow, isn't it? Maybe that one needs boiling. Some things react to heat well, producing a colour. Other things react to heat badly, losing all colour.
Yeah.
You've got to know what you're doing, between them.
And we don't. So there.
Well, I'll have to try it. Yeah, my rhododendron flowers just almost went to nothing. No colour whatsoever. Almost. Not quite, but almost. So I reckon those might be heat sensitive. Or it might just be that you need an awful lot of rhododendron flowers to create the colour. Because where's the rhody one? Oh, I must have put it away. Sorry, I'll get it out in a bit. Lac extract, we'll put that one on there so we know which is which. Right. And now we know another bottle for this one. And another lid. Don't stop before you've got another lid.
I like to make pumpkin pie without the shell.
Yeah, pumpkin pie without the shell. What does that mean?
It would be more like you make the filling, the pumpkin pie filling only.
All right.
Because I don't like pie crust.
All right. Yes, I know what you mean.
So
Right, I'm going to put more in here. Going to add a load more. Quite a bit more. So she's going completely nutty. I just thought that was extremely weak. So I wanted to beef it up with some more powder.
Oh, I can't help it, Trish. Oh, Paula's back. That was good.
Oh, that was quick, Paula. I'm doing the licorice now.
But I am thinking that I love cream puffs and I love the other thing, the sure, words are hard. Those other things that are like cream puffs, but they're not cream puffs. They had their fill. Those things. When
No.
we get a dessert, I love cannoli, but that's a whole other story. When we get a dessert, we go to this truck stop here that has an awesome bakery, and Russ loves the cream puffs. The cream puffs have like a eclair. Thank you. Thank you,
Eclairs.
Liz.
Oh, right.
Eclairs. And I can make eclairs. So now I'm thinking, can I make eclairs with pumpkin pie filling? Mm-hmm.
Weird.
I mean, I want dessert with the least amount of work.
I bet you can make a nice colour with mustard powder.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, just buy the
Right,
seeds and
put
break
this.
it up. That would be good too. I wonder what celery seeds would be like.
Yeah. Or star anise, I've tried juniper.
Well, I'm just thinking of what I've got in the cupboard.
Yep. Or in the garden. You can make a binder with cherry sap, not sap. When cherries are attacked by insects, the wood, the tree, makes secretes resin, and you can make a nice little binder with the resin. Take a nodule of resin off the tree, grind it up to powder, treat it like this, and or maybe just with water. I can't remember the exact thing you do, but she said you can make a binder with it instead of using gum arabic, because all gum arabic is a similar thing, but from the acacia tree.
having a conversation with Russ the other day about making stuff because I was picking on him about his tent, his thing over his cherry trees. And I said, yes, he's like us. You could buy it for like $20 or you could spend $120 and make it yourself.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's the way it happens.
And his response was, I'm like, welcome to my world.
I told you about losing the fight with Ian about the
The
sausage roll.
sausage roll.
Yeah. Well, I bought one sausage roll because there was only one left in Sainsbury's. So when I went to get coffee from Starbucks, I got a breakfast bun, what was it? Extreme? No, signature breakfast bun, which I thought sounded quite nice because it had egg, bacon, tomatoes. So it said. When I got home and he opened it, he said, that's a funny bun. What's that made of? I said, I don't know. He said, it looks like a brioche. And that is a danger signal because he does not like brioche. But he deigned to try it anyway. And he said, it's not a brioche. It's a special bun that they put in water. They boil it, the dough, and then they bake it afterwards. He said, it's American Starbucks. Yeah. Yes, what it would be. But he wasn't terribly keen on it. So I said, well, have the sausage roll. I'm all right. I can have something, anything. If you have the sausage roll as well, you'll enjoy that. He said, no, it's your sausage roll. You have the sausage roll. So I thought a bit more, saying, it's all right. I can have something, don't absolutely have to have it. And I've got something nice for you. And it didn't work out. You have the sausage roll. No, you have the sausage roll. So I had the sausage roll. So that is quite sort of gummy and bitty. So I'm going to shake it up in here. I don't know whether that needs heat or what. I'm going to have to ask Flora when I finally get to communication.
It was a bagel.
I've sent her an email, but I haven't had any replies yet. So we'll see what happens. She does quite a lot of courses on quite a lot of things. It's she does the inks one, botanical inks, and she does courses on dyeing cloth and
Mariah.
Paint and making lake pigments and loads of things. Lots of different methods of creating different things. Like there's an extraction method, there's a reduction method. It's all very complicated. So there's a lot to learn, it seems.
Mariah has to go get Izzy, so I'm just Mariah, I'm gonna show the seahorse I made. Not yet though. Fran has stuff to do, but she's gonna take a break in a bit and then I'll show the seahorse. And Fran's already seen it and she and I have already dissected it and seen where I need to edit and change and
it's pretty darn good though.
Oh yeah,
as it is.
I'm tickled pink that I could figure it out because it's a puzzle. I'm just saying, people. It is beyond. I did not know I could do that, so I'm pretty tickled about that.
Ran off the paper. Pity. Licorice. Where's me? There we are. Grab that. Oh. I need to rinse it. It's still got the lac extract on it. Didn't think to rinse that at the time.
Right, you can't send oh, I was gonna say you have to go get Izzy, but she's not anywhere. She's at home. You have to get her ready for something. Did I miss that? She has to go get her ready for something. Must have missed what that something was. Or they didn't say.
Let's put the licorice on here. I'm not impressed with the licorice, I must admit. There must be another way to do something with it because it looks quite bitty and pale. And even though I added loads of licorice to that, there's not a great deal of colour in it, is there?
Let it dry and remember layers.
Yeah. Well, I'll put a bit more on, a bit thicker.
Paula says she tried to gel print a banana skin today. Was that,
Wow, what happened?
yeah, did you use it as a stencil or mask, or did you literally try to paint a banana skin with the gel plate? Or,
Yes, explain.
yeah, that's not enough.
Discuss, as they say.
Mariah always says when you post to makers, please add some information because we have questions and you save us questions if you add the information. So add the information.
Well, some of them. Some of
Some,
us come up with different questions.
speaking of banana skins, I have 3 of them in a mason jar right now, fermenting.
Why?
Potassium for my plants.
Oh, very clever.
Yeah.
Never thought of that.
Yep. I figured if I'm pressed it down. So she pressed it down like a collagraph. That's
Oh, right, I see. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, I hadn't thought of trying that.
neither have I.
Oh, well.
Can I ask,
So,
Paula, when you pressed it down, did you press it skin down or insides down, inners down or outers down? See, we have questions.
yes, gooey. I'm going to leave that to dry on there. Right, what else we got? We got the bilberry. I wanted to try the bilberry. We've done those 3, and we've got these 3 here.
That was so she said she pressed it down onto a painted plate, then she put paper on it, and the paper stuck. Icky plate, innies down. Hi,
Oh,
Ellen. Fran is making homemade inks and dyes or whatever you want
inks
to.
and paints. Inks and paints.
Yeah, inks and paint.
Dye extracts,
Yeah.
hopefully.
She's
I
being
can
mad.
undo this panel. I'm mad sciencing. Yes.
Yeah. She's making a mess.
I'm making a mess. I'll put some paper down to stop it going everywhere. I've got to separate out these beastly little paper clips. Not paper clips, staples. Can't get it out, that one.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ricky.
As the bishop said to the actress.
What?
What?
What? I heard it. I just what? Okay, information.
Oh, look at me. That stuff gets everywhere.
What?
The indigo gets everywhere.
That was the other thing. If you were going to mix colors, I suppose you'd want to see them completed before and then you'd choose which to mix.
Yes, I think I would. Yes.
Yeah. Or
I
you
wouldn't
could
mix
get
them first. I'd mix them once in ink or paint form.
Yeah. Well, since he asked you that, I'd be wondering if he were mad, Paula. Paula says, my hubby thinks I'm mad. He asked if, like in the old days at the office, would I like to print his bare bottom?
Oh, that's not mad. That's just silly. Depends on what you're going to get, really, doesn't it?
It's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, let's go back to the inks. Right, I'm going to cut some more labels off. Now, I want one about...
Hi, Jamie. Jamie's just hovering in the background. Don't fall. Be careful, don't fall. We're all falling lately.
Having a sip. Right, this one I'm going to write down first.
I'm sorry, Paula. You make me chuckle. We need Eddie in here to keep for the two of you to bounce off each other because I'm just no help.
So there's Bilberry. I can't open this darn thing.
You know, I got one of those jar opener thingy, grabby thingies, and it helps. Russ used it the other day. He said I couldn't get the jar, I think it was olive jar or something. He couldn't get it open, and he used it. He said, "Hey, that really works." I'm like, "Yep, I know." Which one is this?
I think the secret is to mix it well with the gum arabic first to get it nice and slick and well mixed in, hopefully.
What color
I
did
think
you
I'm
think
different.
this was, Fran?
Bilberry. Don't know
Bilberry.
yet, but it's made from bilberries. So,
And you
I'll
say
begin this
that, and
one.
I go right off and think about The Hobbit.
That's Bilbo.
I know. I know. You need a little spatula.
What's wrong with my little spoon?
Nothing.
I've
It's
got a little spatula over there, but I just feel like the spoon feels better.
well, all right then.
I could use the spatula. I mean, it's only here. Whoa!
I don't know where Anne is, but she's probably got a very good reason for not being here. Her and Eddie, you know, it is a bank holiday. It is a holiday in the U.S. and in the U.K. So,
Yes, I didn't realise that. I thought it was only in the US, and then I looked on my calendar and it said Spring Bank Holiday.
yep, that's why I'm here
Yes.
for you because I told you it was.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was going, Bank Holiday? Is it? I thought it was only one in May, but no, appears to be another one. Yes, it's not making any colour out of that. Maybe it needs to be boiled. Or maybe it's one that needs to go with alcohol. Some of them do.
Oh, Ricky said that way up about adding alcohol.
Yeah.
I like that little spoon too. It's a shovel at one end and a little spoon at the other.
See? Little
I like
scoopy
it.
thing.
It's like a
Scoop.
medical powder
And it's
measurer thingy.
from Nuvo. So it's a craft thing.
Huh.
Well, I'm not impressed with that. That is just grit in a pot. I'm not going to put that in a jar, in a bottle. I'm going to leave it like that and put the label on the pot. And then I'll ask Flora what I should have done.
And Kirsten says, just to know you up, that there's 3 this year due to the new king.
That's true, yes. So maybe it's one of those. I know there was one for the coronation.
Yeah.
Or close to the coronation or something. So I'll leave that there. And we'll try Gallnut, which is another one. What else have I got here? I've done it all now.
Amy, thank you.
Oh, that one. Right. This is the Wild Colours one, and they put sellotape on 2 of them. They put 2 little plastic bags, and they put sellotape on them.
Watch when you open that, it's gonna puffy out.
No, because this is the first bag,
Oh.
and you take the little inside one. That's what happened with the indigo. Same thing. I got that one like that, and then you get another one, Pull that
Precautionary measures.
just to make sure.
And then there's that one has
This
a little.
sellotape on it.
Oh. So Paula says here also it's called Tweety Pinkster Dag. I don't know.
What is?
I have no clue. Side question. Watching Yolan, she mentioned a pit pen. What is that, anyone?
It's a type of pen. It's usually used for outlining things. I think they come in various colours, but I think the one that most people black.
Yeah.
In the same, you might use the Stabilo All Black.
Is that how you spell it, Jamie? P-I-T-T? We're going to do that. P-I-T-T, pen. Well, there you go. Look at that. It's by Faber-Castell.
Mm-hmm.
They're filled with
Right.
ink. And permanent when fully dry on the porous surface. Well, that's interesting.
This is also not mixing in. No, it's not mixing in at all.
It says India ink, Paula. So
I do know that some of these extracts are not dye powders, but are what's this one?
food additives.
Rich in tannin. So you would think it would create a dark ink, rich in tannin, but doesn't appear to. But it could be used as a mordant, perhaps, or as we said before, it might need alcohol. So I'm going to put some water in here and see if that changes anything, because until you've tried it, you can't say.
Well, can you do one side by side with the water? Can you do one in the other tray with alcohol?
Yeah.
That looks very pale.
Isn't it? It is, isn't it? Well, let me get this pot here. Oh, that's the one that had indigo in it. We don't want that one. We want a freshie. Okay, so let's pop it in there and forget about it. But I'll label it so that I know what happened.
Very pale onion skin.
Well, that's because nothing has mixed in. It's just particles in there. Can you see?
Yeah, with the gum arabic, right?
Yeah, it's just particles in there with it.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not actually mixed at all. It hasn't diffused. No ink has come out of it. Right, so
label that.
Yeah, I've got to label that first. Then we can do the next one, which is woad. Now, I've got a nasty feeling that woad requires a lot of chemical reactions, but I was hoping that the extract works in a different way, but I could be completely wrong about that. After all, we've just seen it work not so well with these ones. So that's Gornut.
Let me know when you're ready for a break.
Okay, let me cut that in half. I don't need all that. Put that on there. I better put what I put with it as well. Gallnut, gum, Arabic plus water. There we are. So this one is the same, plus gum, Arabic, and water. There we go, so those two. So let's try those two again then, but with alcohol. Where did I put the alcohol? Alcohol, where are you? There we are. Isopropyl alcohol, 99.9%. We'll leave the woad for a sec, and we'll go back and do, one was bilberry, Might do the same actually with the licorice, because that didn't do very much, did it? Rid of that. Rid
You
of that.
move your camera down a little bit. We've lost
Open just
the little
a
bottom
second.
corner. There you go. Thank you.
Yep. Bilberry again. Right. Alcohol. Actually, I'm not going to spray
Yes,
it in. I'm going
please.
to pour
Thank
it in.
you. That was
It's just that's going to go
yeah,
everywhere.
drippy drop.
So I put alcohol in there. And that's not doing anything either. Oh, it is. I'm getting some colour. I wonder if you add gum arabic to it. Well, I'm going to put it in a pot and leave it and try and find out.
Well, by itself would be a good label, and then a third with
I could add a bit of water to what's in there. Let's leave a little bit in there and add some water to that and see if that makes a difference. Okay, water. Before we...
Do you want to?
Nope, nothing. Of course, there's no gum arabic in it, but that didn't make any difference, did it, in the first instance? Maybe it needs heat. Maybe it needs boiling water. Don't know.
Label
So
that.
that's bilberry and alcohol.
Paula says licorice needs boiling, I think, Fran, for wool dyeing. Or for wool dyeing, it does. So if you were using it to dye wool, you would boil it. So why wouldn't you do it for paper?
Well, you need to boil the water for indigo, and we didn't need to for that because it makes a difference the size of the particles, how well it's been ground up. Maybe this was not intended for, because this is not wild colours, this maybe it wasn't intended for dyeing, so it's not exactly an extract, it's just a load of bilberry powder. Could be. Anyway, I put bilberry on there and alcohol. So I'll put that there.
He says, I'm just guessing.
I'll add a little bit more alcohol to that to see if it makes a difference.
The water mix?
Yeah. I don't think it will. And this is my last little one of them. So I'll have to divert 2 little bottles again.
Well, you need to wash out that one you said had indigo in it.
Mm-hmm.
You're almost off the edge. You're making me crazy.
Sorry. Is that better?
Thank you.
It's not doing anything, though.
No, it isn't.
I don't think it was actually a dye, that one. Luckily, I only got a few things from that place. I think it was Etsy, possibly.
So if it's so in this case, would adding more powder?
Shouldn't think so. They'd just end up with wet powder. Or powder that isn't wet because it just happens to be in water. It's not doing anything. Like I said, it could be that it needs heating. Let me clean this as well.
So Paula says she just checked her notes, her weaving notes. Let me back up. Evie said she didn't see the indigo. Did it work? And she'll revisit that, Evie, in a minute.
It did. I can show you now. It's right here. Yes, it worked lovely.
Yep. And Paula said she checked her weaving notes. It was licorice root simmered for an hour, makes a soft lilac purple, and the mordant was alum.
I didn't put any alum in it. Maybe if I put alum in it, it would. I've got
Mm.
some alum somewhere. I've got alum in lots of places. I've got quite a bit of alum. What's that one? Is that alum? That's sodium carbonate. Yeah. So we've got those two.
What
Those
else you had in
two.
better, Evie?
That one. And that one. What's in that one? Oh, that was yeah. Okay. Eh. There we are. Can I try this one? This is woad, but this is wild colours again, I think. Or no, it may be not wild colours, but George Weil. Well, I think it is wild colours though. Let's look. Woad.org.uk. Maybe that was from somewhere else. I don't know. Well, we'll find out.
What was the name of that TV show that was based in Seattle about creatures? Do you remember, Russ? He's downstairs. Never mind. Um, and there was a shop with. Okay, Jamie, thank you for being here.
Right, we're going to try the woad. This, I think, could be quite good fun.
There was a shop that was special where you could buy powders and mixes and magical mixes and stuff. I just imagine Fran with her own little witchy shop. What's the name of that series, TV series? Paula says he's one half of the Indigo Blue Company, right?
Who is?
The Grimm. That was it, Carla. Thank you.
Grimm?
No, sorry. Squirrel. Grimm was the name of the TV series that I used to watch with Russ that had it had a shop in the movie. It had a shop in the TV series. I mean, that you walk in and you can get frog's knees powder and bullseye powder and stuff like that. It was a cool looking shop. Yeah, she would fit in the Harry Potter world as a chemist of magical spells.
Yes.
Oh yes, absolutely. Fran has a beautiful hat that if Ian would color her hair up and then she put on her hat and she had flowing robes. Oh yeah, she'd be definitely hot stuff.
Well, actually, Ian has threatening to make me a witch's hat.
Like we're really scared of that, right?
Oh, I said, "Go on then."
Is that
He
a
thought,
threat or a promise? That's
well,
yeah, right off dark. Isn't that something?
well, let's see.
Very nice.
Feels a bit gritty to me though,
I can hear
and
it
I
too.
think the indigo did as well. But I equate gritty with not mixing, so don't know. Where's my paintbrush? Where's my paintbrush? What have I done with it? Come on, tell me. Don't hide it from me. Oh dear. No paintbrush in sight.
Oh, the ones that could transform. Do you
Yeah.
remember this TV series, Grimm?
Yeah.
Not you, Russ.
Oh.
Do you remember what the name of the people that could transform, what they were called?
Yep. Nope.
Yep, nope. Oh. Usually he knows all that. He could tell you everything about Stephen King books and the TV series Supernatural. We watched Supernatural so much I felt like they were our children.
I think I should add a bit more water to that. It seems to be quite okay. Oops. Oh, that's a lot of water.
Yeah, get your pipette and suck some of that out. You're gonna
Good.
wear it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to pick it up and pour it. You're gonna wear it. Put it in that little. There you
I
go.
think I need a new thingy.
Atta girl.
I need a new thingy.
Oh yeah, Sam and Dean. Trish. He did a marathon. That's all he watched for months. I swear. And
all 15 seasons.
every night that if he didn't watch them, I'm like, what's going on? Where are the boys? Why are we not watching the boys tonight? Because it was like we missed the kids, Sam and Dean. Carla says wolf stack or something. Wolf stack? What were they called? I don't know.
Oh, there's so many different creatures. It's hard to say.
Yeah, there's the show right there that we could do a marathon on.
It was only 5 seasons.
Yeah, he gets frustrated when there's only 4 or 5 seasons.
Well, it was okay because at least they finished it. They found a way to conclude it without just cutting it off.
Yeah. Except I never remember endings.
I sort of remember, but not real well.
Come and watch the scientist making a mess.
Mad scientist?
The Mad Frankie.
Definitely, yes. Lid. Grab a lid. Well, I can sit here and make more, because I've got a whole box full of colours. But I think that's definitely a colour. It's a little on the gritty side. I dare say there are other things I should do to it to make it work a bit better. But that's woad. I believe that when you're making a dye of woad, you put the woad into a dye pot and you put your mordant in and you put your cloth or wool in, and then you very carefully bring it out again, and in the light it changes colour. Light makes it change colour. I think that's woad. I've certainly seen something doing that. So it comes out, it can be a blue or a green or a yellow. So that's quite intriguing.
Yep, Wessons. Sorry, Fran. Squirrel. The name of the characters that could transform were Wessons.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, yes. So let's see what other colours I've got in my little box, because I've got lots of colours in my little box. And did I tell you I got gum arabic powder as well now?
Yeah.
So that I can make up my own liquid gum arabic. Or there's sometimes when you've got pigment that you've reduced down and you don't want to add any more liquid, because that would, negate the point of reducing it down to get it nice and strong. So you just add the powder to the ink you've made, to the liquid you've made.
Oh.
Yes. Now I'm just going to get these.
Oh, it's with a V sound, so it's Wesen. Wesen. Oh, the Wesen. Oh, German. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'm just going to get this box of dyes. I don't know if I can reach without taking the... Oh, I might be able to.
Yeah.
Without taking my thingy off.
It's not zoo, it's ooh.
So what's that one? That's more gunpowder. Don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know how I didn't know that. I'm German. Well,
You're a mud.
I am not. Speak for yourself.
I am.
Funny
what that
guy.
Try it out. I've got all these little as well. Just some of them. Can't pick them all up at once. So we've got myrobalan extract. No idea. Never heard of it before.
Wow.
And got all these things here. Himalayan rhubarb, turmeric, we've done turmeric. Night flowering jasmine, interesting. Sapan wood, interesting. Areca nut, never heard of it. Can't quite tell what that says. Kamada, Karada, don't know. One of them.
Maya?
It's
Is
written, you see, not typed, so you can't quite tell.
Is it Kamaia or ALA? Let me
There's
see.
no dot on it, so it may be an L, it may be a D. There's a little bit of something going on there. That might be a D. Kamada, it might be an M and not two R's. I don't know. Anyway, yes. We'll think about that one. Amanda.
Kamala. It's a powdery substance obtained from the fruit of Malatus philodendron, a small evergreen that is also known as the monkey face tree.
Is it? Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. It is also used as an oral contraceptive.
Well, don't drink any of that then. Mind you, at my age, why should I be worried?
The powder and a few other parts of Kamala are also used in external applications to promote the healing of ulcers and wounds. They are used to treat parasitic affections of the skin like scabies, ringworm, and herpes.
Ew.
People take it for getting rid of tapeworms.
Just a moment.
So much from Google. The dye comes from
Yeah.
the seed of the tree, which can grow up to 75 feet in height. I'm thinking that's the
Wow.
tree, not the seed.
Yeah, could be right. Right, let's try a drop of this night flowering jasmine, just because it looks like a pale sandy colour, and I've got no idea what it does.
Okay.
Doesn't look to me all that fine. I can see little strands in it. But we'll see. Hey, it smells quite nice. No, maybe not so much. Maybe it's something else I was smelling. I think this is another one that isn't going to mix. Try the black walnut in a minute. If nothing else will, that one should. This is not going to work. Nope, we're not getting anything out of that. We've probably got to boil it or something, or pour boiling water on. Maybe that's it.
So
there's no instructions with these. They're just in a packet. I've got to go and find out where I got them from.
We're seeing a brown liquid, but you're right there, so you can see that brown is actually sediment at the bottom.
Well, it's distributed throughout because I put the gum arabic in there.
Yeah.
But it's not a colour, not really. Look at it on the back of the spoon. It's not putting a colour on there, is it? Just little particles.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Paint a little bit on here and see if it does. No, you see, it's all just suspended. Look at that. It's just suspended.
Yeah.
Nothing. Well, I'll put it in a pot.
And label it.
Leave it. I'm going to have to get some more pots, I think. Or did I bring some in? I might have brought them in. think I might have brought some in. Get rid of that. Label. Need another label. I'm going to try the black walnut powder because if that doesn't work, there's something wrong.
Vesson. I think with an N at the end, Carla. Wessen, I think is how Evie spelled it. Or whoever. Yeah, Evie. But being German, it's Vesson. I remember I took a course in an accounting course, and the teacher was from, I believe she was Indian. Very, very nice lady, but she could not say my name correctly. She couldn't
Because
say
there's a V in it.
Yeah, she couldn't say Violet, the V. It came out Violet. So of
Yep.
course there were five, I think 4 or 5 other people in the class, and so of course everybody decided that was my name. And because I knew that the rest of the class personally, we took the class as a group, and she needed X amount of people, so we to hold the class. So we made sure we had enough people show up for her class. So I knew everybody in the class personally, and so that's who I became after that. And this was not as a child. This was as an adult. This is a college course as an adult. So these adults decided to change my name to Violet.
Violet. So in fact, instead of calling you Vi, anybody ever called you Vi?
An aunt. I have an aunt who used to call me Little Vi because my mom's name was Violet.
Aha, yeah. Well, instead of calling you Violet, Vi, they could call you Y. Sorry, I just like that one.
And then we go back to who's on first. Why?
Yeah. Night flowing jasmine. Okay, black walnut. We got to try this out. If this doesn't.
No, and most anybody that was close to me, all family members except that one aunt called me Babe. I didn't get called Violet growing up, pretty much. I only saw that aunt 3 times a year, because she lived in Chicago area. But everybody else called me Babe. So I forgot I even had that name except in school, I'm like, who are they talking about? Who's that? That's my mom, But then after my mom passed away, and then I went to school to be a transcriptionist, and who wants to hire somebody called Babe?
True. Yeah.
So I knew
People are picky.
Yeah, which is why you see the Violet CMT. That's when I started working with a good group of people. We would meet on here and have meetings and whatnot. So I was Violet, and I was certified. I was absolutely certified. I was tested. I have an award, and I have a medal and a pin and all the good stuff.
Wow.
Yep. Ricky, that's my nieces and nephews. I wonder if they even know that's my name. In fact, my nephew's son, so my grandnephew, his birthday last year, for his birthday, I sent him a happy birthday message and everything. And he said, "Thank you, Violet Johnson." And I wrote him back and I said, "I'm your Aunt Babe." And he's like, "Oh, okay. So see, they don't even know. Yeah, I have family members probably don't even know what my real name is.
Dear.
Well, whatever. They can't hunt me down because they don't know my name.
Yep.
If you go to my Facebook page and you look at the very top, if you're on a computer, I guess, but if you go to the very top where the address bar is, and my page says my name on it, but if you go up to that very top address bar, it doesn't say Violet or Violet Johnson. It says Babe Bush, which was That's
Mm-hmm.
my birth name. What color is this? Black walnut? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds like it dissolves pretty quickly.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, it's glistening now, so it may be thoroughly coated in the gum arabic. Not convinced.
You're an hour and a half in, dear.
Oh, am I already?
Look how
Oh,
dark.
I was going to go check on my stencil, see if it cut all right. It's only my first cut since the rubbish cut the other day, so I don't
Well,
know. It'll be
um,
any good.
I told you we don't have to worry about that anymore as far as time. I just worry about you sitting for so long. Um, clean this up. Go check on your stencil, and I'll show the seahorse.
Okay, in a minute. Just let me get this tidied out
Okay.
of the way, otherwise I'll make a mess.
Yep.
Well, there's definitely something happening here. Look, I'm definitely getting something on there. Whether it's all this grit or not, I don't know. It is very gritty. Maybe it needs to be strained. It might be that.
Okay,
It
Carla.
might just not be a particularly good. Because I swear that when I got, I didn't get black walnut ink, did I? What was the ink I got? It's over here. I think it's oak gall. The other one, oak
I
gall.
had to.
There's a little tiny bit of grittiness in the bottom, but very, very tiny. It's mostly just pure ink. It's only the very tiniest bit in the corners. But this is extremely gritty. Not quite as gritty as the jasmine that didn't go in at all, but it's definitely done something. There's something there. I didn't put so much gum arabic in that. I put more water than gum arabic. Well, I think I'll put it in a jar
Yeah.
and then I'll go have a look. But I'll put it in here first.
Surprised you have. Oh. Use your. Can't you use your. Yeah. Drip, drip.
It's not much there.
I was going to say use your. Like that, but there's really not that much.
But there is a brownness here. So that's something. Bit more. I'm going to pour some more water in here. And then I'm going to pour that in there. It's definitely giving some colour, which is more than the night flowering jasmine did.
Okay.
So there may be a different method with the night flowering jasmine because it's from the same place as this one. They're both from the same place. No, they're not.
Okay,
The
Trish.
black walnut powder's a different packet to the night flowering jasmine. Oh well.
Come back and check, and I will post in Makers, but I'm going to show the seahorse now.
Just a sec. Just let me
Yeah, we're okay.
write on this. Black walnut. Black walnut. And I'll stick it on and then I'll go and get my thingamy. In which case I've got to move everything off off here as well. Okay, so that's a black walnut. I think that's an ink. Just about. But I've got to find out more about this. Got to. Anyway, okay. Over to you, Violet. And I'll make you big.
Oh, okay.
I'll make you big.
I already started on the next seahorse because Fran and I took a look at this one. And
So you did. Right,
so,
I'm
yeah.
going. You'll have to show me that afterwards.
Okay, no biggie. But here's the pattern. So here's the diagram for the seahorse. Not easy. It's a major puzzle. You start down here and you tat all the way up here and then back around here and then back upon itself to here. And it's supposed to look like that. And these are all the steps. Not easy to figure out. It was a struggle this morning. And last night I did from here to here, so the lower half, and watching Mariah and Josh and Patricia this morning, I did this part, which was a struggle. And here we go. Let's see if I can bring that up. Fran and I dissected this. I can see where there's an error. So it's about 8.5 inches after the curl, from the curl to the top. But she noticed right off the error. So this part here should be farther up here. And what happened is I missed a stitch here, a loop, which would make the difference. But we also feel that the tail is too long. And when she comes back, she has a picture that I'm going to use. We think it should be shorter like that. So I'm going to do the pattern again, because usually the first one is always for me anyway. I'm going to do the pattern again, and I'm going to shorten it, the pattern. And this is a free pattern I found online. And it is by Debbie Arnold from 1999. But yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of an adaptation of it. Very difficult to do this part right in here, because it has to come back on itself. And not only that, but this pattern is designed to work with 2 tatting shuttles, 2 separate ones. So you do so far up here to here, and then you do the second shuttle to here to here,
Okay.
and then you do the first one again down to here. I don't use shuttles. I do have them, but I don't use them. I used a needle. And so I had to adapt the pattern at the same time while I was working it out. So hopefully it doesn't look too horrible. But I agree with Fran. If Fran would come back and show the mug or the cup or whatever it was you had the picture on. It's not easy. I'm telling you, this one really stumped me. I had to. Russ walked in the room. He goes, "Why do you have your head in your hands?" Because I was thinking.
Hello?
Yep, you're here.
Yes, I know.
Do you have that cup handy with the seahorse on it?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, so I can show that. Bring your camera back.
Oh, sorry, yes.
There you go. I would rather make it to look more like that. So the curl will be a little bit more. But I like the shorter tail. I do like the shorter. Yep, I agree. That's too long. That follows the pattern. We counted.
Yeah.
I counted those stitches, and it follows, except for this area right in here. But I just think that's too long. I think going with a shorter tail, that's spot on.
Uh-huh. Oh, that one.
And that one's okay. I just don't like the knobbies out of his head.
Okay. No knobbies.
No knobbies.
No.
Okay.
I dropped now.
So I'll
Drop things out of it.
in makers. Thank you, everyone. Blanche.
Craft lunch. Everything falling out of the pot.
Yep. So I'm glad I showed Fran first, because she had some good idea on how to make it more. Yeah. And as tall it is, if you guys know, I'm making it. I want to send it to Mariah for her journal, her aquatic journal, whatever she named that. It's 8.5 inches long. So it's like, I really would like to make it a little bit smaller, so it doesn't overwhelm a page on her if she wants to put it in there or not. Whatever. But I like the idea of a shorter one like Fran has on that mug.
let's get the chemistry lab out the way.
So what do you have there? You got another stencil you worked on? Oh, okay, I know what. Yep, never mind, I know. Yep. Yep.
That's the outlines worked all right. I've got more work to do on the innards, though. I'll show you what has happened. I'll move these further away, and we'll get a little bit of black paper.
And it looks, I saw that, Colleen. I was there this morning watching, and I saw that large flamingo. It looked great in there. I'm just wondering if a large seahorse would be not so much, because a flamingo is big and a seahorse is little. So anyway, Mariah has that IMPP. She has her IMPP, so I don't call these mistakes. These are IMPPs.
Well, this is just an eye. Because these are bits coming off.
Oh, and Patricia,
I've got some of it right, but
yeah, Patricia showed that yesterday, how to utilize those, scraping off the mat. You don't throw those away. You make, and you don't even make Frankenstencils. You just make doodars on the ATC.
well, it took less time to cut, put it that way, this one, because it didn't have so much crappiness and fuzzy lines drawn.
Yeah, I think so too, Colleen. I think it's a good idea to shorten him up. I'm not so sure if I could just.
But it is not ready.
Oh, I like
I've
him.
got to do the reverse. Got to do the reverse.
And you didn't watch Miriam the other day, I'm sure. She was using, Susan Dufresne's stencils, I think, maybe. I'm not sure. But she was using the stencils from PM Artist Studio, and she wasn't using them as a whole stencil. She liked bits of them, and she would just put that part like on the edges. And
well, that's quite an interesting bit.
That is. Not those bits, but I mean, she had the entire stencil as is, like he is over there, but she only laid down like the part where his arm is, or the part where his head is, or whatever. It's hard to explain. You'd have to go watch it. I was really surprised. She left some good marks with inks, alcohol inks, and whatnot.
Yeah, this has come up somewhat laborious to use like this. So I've got more work to do, but at least it didn't take 6 hours and ruin the mat by cutting 97 times in one spot, So I've got some interesting shapes, but that's about it. But you can see from the outline what I'm going for. So the outline isn't so bad.
Not so bad.
And that goes.
Yeah.
That goes there. And we've got the remainder here. So you can see where it's heading. But it's not there yet.
No, the outline is still kind of thin, too thin.
Yeah, well, I don't really want the outline. I want it more like that, you see. More like that. And I need less lines here to indicate the strap. So, yeah, needs work, but it's getting better. It's such a complex drawing. That's the trouble. It's such a complex drawing. And because it was so complex, it was difficult to visualize. I can't visualize, but difficult to work out which bits should be doing what, which is why I'm glad I've got all this Tyvek to do tests like this, because otherwise I'd be leaving it all up to Mariah and she'd be going, no, try something else.
Yeah, because that piece that's headed up towards his shoulder or neck or whatever, that's just hanging loose by itself, isn't it?
Which bit? That bit?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because it's just that. It needs to be connected.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried filling this bit in, but it just made a nonsense of it because it was just, you couldn't see where the dividing lines were or anything. So what I need to do is I need to do the reverse thingy. So what I'll do is I'll put it on a white background and then I'll reverse the image. So the black lines on the white background become white lines on a black background or something like that.
Right.
I wish you could just reverse between transparent and black and not have to go through all the palaver of putting white in and then getting rid of the white with the eraser. It's just takes so long. So there we are. That's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be doing. That Lek one was quite nice. I like that one. I'll have to make a bit more of that. And I will look at these as well. These Areca nut. And I mean, I tried the night flowering jasmine, so I will write to her and ask how you're supposed to get colour out of it because I couldn't. But I am trying to make inks. I'm not trying to dye cloth, so it's different. But I don't know exactly how. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because if you dye with night flowering jasmine and you have to add alum for it to work, or you have to have iron to make it work, or anything else, that copper or something, it just depends.
Colleen says,
I mean, look at the bottle of ghoul nut ink and it says rainwater, oak galls, copperas, gum arabic and clove. Well, copperas is I think it might mean copper sulfate solution or copper sulfate. What's the stuff? I've got some down here. Hang on. There we are.
Colleen says, isn't that kind of the mask they would wear when physicians would treat people with the Black Plague?
That's why he's called the plague doctor. Yes, correct.
Yep. And then Kirsten, just so you know, Kirsten says, you are very talented, Fran.
Oh, I'm not. If I was very talented, I'd have done it right the first time.
But you keep trying. Bring the copper sulfate back. I want to see that.
So maybe copperas is copper sulfate. Maybe that's what they mean by the copper sulfate, by the copperas on here. But I've got to look up the recipe for oak gall and find out. And I've got to look up night flowering jasmine, which I doubt if I will find. I mean, I looked for some of these things. I looked for licorice powder, and all I got was recipes for making sweets. Pretty much. I mean, there was a few for doing other things, but you know, so for something for your health. But pretty much that was it. Your health or eat sweets. There's nothing about making inks. I just could not find anything. So I'm hoping that the lady whose course I bought is going to eventually communicate with me.
Yay.
One day. Hopefully. But there we are. I mean, we've found some things that worked, like the lac seems to have worked. The indigo worked. I was going to show you the things I made. That's what I was going to do, wasn't I? The ones I've made since last time. Here we are, right here. Took the concentrated blackberry that had been in the fridge and added wintergreen and gum arabic. So I got this. Ooh, lovely. It's because it's concentrated. It was the concentrated bottom part of the blackberry mixture. I mean, I poured off some before, and that was obviously near the top, so it was less concentrated. And that really looks it's colouring the glass almost. Look at that. Looks like real ink. There's that one. And then there's broom. Broom reduced. What happened was I did the broom, and I painted some on, and I thought, flipping heck, there's nothing there. So I reduced the liquid down and I got a much stronger liquid. So that's what you get when you reduce it down, so that a lot of the liquid evaporates, leaving the colour. So that was quite a good one. What else did I do?
Or maybe you burned it.
Maybe. Then there's pink chestnut flowers with wintergreen and gum arabic. And that looks pink, doesn't it? but it paints to this light green on the first go, and then when I added more and more, I got towards a purple. So that's fascinating. You can get so many. I haven't tried any of these with any of the what's the word? With any of the adjusters like vinegar, soda ash, bicarbonate of soda, or alum or anything like that. But here's burnt avocado.
Oh,
What happened was I put the more water in with the avocado pits and skins after I'd made avocado, and I put it on the stove, and then I forgot all about it until my husband came home, and I came out of my room and I said, "Oh, hello, dear, what's that awful smell?" "Oh, it's me." Because it was the husband going. "Rrr." So I poured some more water on, put the lid on, turned the fan on to get rid of this burnt smell. But actually, there was still colour in there. And look what it's made. It's really rather good. Those are just drops of the liquid dropped on. And look at them. Aren't they gorgeous? Absolutely fabulous. So don't throw away your stuff if you've almost burnt it, because you never know what you might rescue with a bit
okay.
more water.
I have a question. Open the jar. Does it still smell burnt?
It did when I put it in. Well, I put wintergreen in there, and it's quite strongly smelling of wintergreen. It smells like
okay.
great cheese
Sorry.
to me. So there we are. And that is it for today from me.
Okay, I'll come back.
Hooray! She's coming back.
I'm coming back. There we go. Okay.
Okay. I think that could look quite good if it works, because there's something going on there, isn't there?
Keep at
So
it.
we'll see you on Wednesday, and you won't know the difference, but Violet will be in charge.
Well,
Okie dokie.
my day.
We'll see what we can come up with by then. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. We're saying bye bye now, just pressing the button.